Hello, so this is going to be part one of three different parts. I am currently taking classes for my GRI designation, so I wanted to get online with you guys and share a little bit of my experience. I'll just kind of brief over each class and then we can dive deeper once you guys have questions. So anyways, let's see here. It comes in three different parts. I've got one more class left. GRI designation, that is Graduate Realtor Institute. And it is just a kind of a designation you can put after your name. Leah, GRI Realtor, etc. You get hours for this class. It's not only the designation, you get hours, which is why I actually am taking it because I recently have switched brokerages. I feel like every time I get on here and do a video, it's because I've switched or something major's happened. But anyway, still just so busy in life. So here we are. But anyway, my new broker highly recommend this designation. And once I dug in and realized there were hours to it, and then I realized, holy cow, my 2-year mark is coming up, and as a realtor, your license, you have to renew it every 2 years, and in your first 2 years, you need not only CE hours, which that is continuing education hours, you need SAE hours, which I think is a salesperson, I think I had it written down, hold on, sales apprentice education, I would think about it as AE. So you need also legal 1 and 2, which are 4 hours apiece. So you take that one day and it's 8 hours. I got to share something with you guys. Since I have videoed last, I have a new addition. So this is Mr. Charlie, and he is just like my world. He's watching himself on the screen. He likes to watch TV too. So Charlie is 5 months old, and I am just so proud of him. Isn't he just the cutest? Charlie knows he's cute too. He's like my baby boy. So anyways, I had to share him. I'm sorry. He might just stay on camera with me. But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, so I'll talk about the first 2 classes that I've taken because I am still lacking brokerage. So I've taken law, and then I've taken marketing, and then I have brokerage left to take. You don't have to take them in any sort of order, you just those 3 classes. And each class from my association that I'm currently in, I think it's going to be most of them. And again, I mean, I'm a Texas realtor. I'm in Collin County Association, well, I was, and I just switched over back to Metro Tex. I think in Dallas there's like 7 different associations between DFW. I'm not really sure. There might be more. So anyways, I've been myself, I started with Metro Tex, then I went to GTAR, which is Greater Texoma Association of Realtors, down to Collin County Association of Realtors, and now I just went back to Metro Tex. But since I've paid the dues for CCAR, I'm able to take all of the classes that they have for free, so I'm pretty excited. So my legal 1 and 2 is going to be free, even though I paid the dues. So at least it wasn't a total waste. But so I'll kind of dive into, let's see, I took law first, so I'll start there. They give you these books. This is for law. Sorry, this is backwards for you guys. And then I have one for marketing. They're pretty hefty little books, and you go through each of these in 4 days. So each class for me has been 1 class a month, and it consists of 4 full days. So from like basically 8 to 5 o'clock average. So I mean, technically it starts at 8:30 to technically 5:30, but they will cut your lunch in half. You get out a little bit early, things like that nature. So real estate law, and you know, I highly recommend doing this because not only do you get your hours to renew your license, but you go over a lot of really juicy information. And honestly, so it's a lot different than, you know, when you're in Champion School of Real Estate or any school of real estate to get the license primarily, because you're just kind of, you know, initially going over all these new topics. You don't have any context to really apply them to. But then when you go take a GRI class, you're surrounded by experienced realtors and people who have like real life stories that you can listen to and learn from, so you don't have to go down the same road, or what to look out for. And so anyways, it's just a completely different experience than like, oh, well, I've already taken a couple of classes here or there. Well, here, in GRI, you're able to really like dissect like things that has happened for her and him and etc. So GRI Law, let's see here. I'm just going to I have for each class, because you have to take an exam after each class, which it's not difficult, so don't freak yourself out when I say exam, because they go over everything. Like for my last class, for an example, I'll show ya. She had because it's a different, well, we had, for 3 of the classes, we had the same instructor on this one, but one class was different. I'm trying to find a really good example, but anyway, they make you put, or she has you put stickers on like key topics. So, see, there's another sticker. So, anyways, they help you out, is what I'm trying to say. So GRI Law, you kind of go over, and you'll hear a lot of the same topics that you hear when you're getting your license, but again, it's just kind of a different experience, because now, you have, at least for me, I have context to apply to. I can listen to the other realtors in the class and listen to their things. So I'm just going to really briefly just kind of go over this. But we talked about, property law. So like how in the beginning we kind of went by the feudal law system. So basically where like the king had all the land, and, and then now we're in the allodial system where we can buy and sell it's claimed by the people instead of by the government. You'll dive into that. Trust law, land description. So commonly we use lot and block as our description, but in some bounds is also another way to describe property. It's kind of like you use landmarks and you have a point of beginning. And anyways, obviously real property, I like this little bitty, this little bitty picture. So like if this is the world, you have it all the way from the center all the way to the air rights. So you really dive into real property versus personal property, trade fixtures, chattel, different kinds of rights, like the 4 basic government rights. So if you remember talking about PETE, P-E-T-E, so like you have police power, I almost forgot it, police power, eminent domain, where the government, if it's, for the greater good, basically, they can take your property. Like if they have to build a highway here or something, well, they can, by law, take your property. Taxation, so property taxes, or ad valorem. Escheat, so basically that's, when someone dies without a will and the government takes the property. Water rights, riparian, littoral, all kinds of the estates, freehold estates. Then you got fee simple, absolute, fee simple, qualified, and life estate. It goes to the remainder man. Talk about a homestead. So I'm not going to dive in too much, but those are just some of for an example, some of the key things that we talked about for the exam. Of course, it gets way more in depth, but I just kind of wanted to like expose it a little bit. That was the purpose of this video. And then I'll make video 2 for the marketing one. Actually, that one I'll dive in a little bit deeper into the marketing one because it's more fun than law. But anyway, I'll talk about like some of the apps that we use for an example, what to do, not to do in marketing. It's very important as what to do. So I think that's going to be everything for now. I will start part 2 soon, so go check it out.